Good day, my viewers. I welcome you online once again. I want to quickly share with you 5 secrets to a strong marriage. Remember, one good thing about secret is this: the secret you have access to is what makes you go further than others. The secret you know is what makes you more relevant than others. Here are these top secrets. It can transform your marriage any day, anytime, any moment. Have you ever wondered what makes marriages truly strong and long lasting? Some marriages you see today, they are strong, they have lasted long. Now, hear me, whether you are newly married or you have been together in marriage for years, this secret can transform your relationship. Remember, no one is perfect in this game. We are all learning. That's why you were issued with your certificate on the day of wedding. So that you will now go and learn more and perfect your marriage. Hear me, marriage, perfection in marriage, or good marriage is not just about the number of years you have spent in marriage, and it's not still about how short you have been in marriage. Someone can be 2 months in marriage but have good understanding. Someone can be 100 years in marriage yet lack understanding of what marriage truly means. Do you know why this topic matters? Then, in today's fast-paced world, you agreed with me that maintaining a strong marriage can be really challenging. But with the right principles in place, it will not just be possible, but it's going to be fulfilling. Remember, principles is what makes you a principal in life. When you are properly armed with the principles, you can easily become a principal in every issue or area of life. Just stick around with me as I uncover to you the 5 powerful secrets to building a strong and a happy marriage or relationship. I welcome you once again to this platform. Number one tip: if you must have a strong and lasting marriage or relationship, number one tip is open and honest communication. It is very important. Open and honest communication. Good communication is very important. It's the backbone of any relationship. It's about listening actively, expressing yourself, expressing yourself openly, and addressing issues as they arise in marriage or in any relationship. Addressing issues as they arise rather than bottling them up. That's what open and honest communication is all about. When there are issues which are bound to be there, there's no marriage, there's no relationships that are immune to issues. There is no marriage that is immune to issues of concern. But the truth is this: when they arise, how you handle them is what makes the difference. How you handle them is what matters. Instead of bottling them up, because the more you bottle them, the more they explode on a very good day. Learn to communicate openly. Bring your spouse together, both of you sit down, bring up those issues. Don't pretend as if there are no issues. That's one thing that destroys marriages today. Don't pretend there are no issues. When these issues arise, both of you sit down, address them, iron them as they have risen. There are two practical advice on how to go about this. Number one is schedule regular check-ins with your spouse. Regular check-ins with your spouse. Remember, this is not a time for blame. This is not a time to apportion blames. This is not a time to argue. This is not a time to defend yourself. Both of you sit down, acknowledge the fact that there is a challenge in this marriage. There's an issue in this marriage. Now, both of us, let's come together, see how to go about this issue, to resolve it. Remember, both of you are in this game together. Learn to solve your issues, because when they arise, if they are not solved, it's going to be affecting both of you in every other areas of your life, even in your workplaces. Number two way to go about this is use more of I statements to express feelings without sounding accusatory. Oh, Tell your spouse, I am not happy. Maybe, for example, your spouse refuses to talk to you. Go to him or her. Oh, darling, I'm not happy when I'm alone and I have no one to speak with. I'm not happy the way we stay together in this room, but we are not talking to each other. You see, don't just appear and say, I don't like the way you talk to me. You don't talk to me. You just be there, not talking to me. No. Say, I'm not happy seeing both of us. There's a way you share it and your spouse will understand. Number two tip, don't forget, respect for each other's family. This is a trap. Most times we fall into this trap. Run away, escape from this trap of speaking against each other's families. Learn to emphasize the roles of extended families in marriage. Respecting each other's families shows love. It shows that you are mature. It's not about agreeing with everything, but valuing their roles in your spouse's life. It's not about agreeing to everything, but showing that you value their roles in your spouse's life. I remember when we were growing up, you see, even if your spouse throws that opportunity for you to speak, maybe something happens in their family and he or she brings up the topic for you to discuss about, it's not for you to begin to show disrespect for them or say this one is not, this one is that. No, don't use negative words. Because remember when we were growing up, no matter what is going on in your family, maybe you are friends with someone, maybe your dad or your mom beat you, and then maybe something happened, and then you run outside, you're not happy, and you are crying. A friend of yours now appear to you and uses some insulting words about your father and your mom. You see how angry you become immediately, and you will not be happy with the person. That's how it is. Nobody feels happy seeing his or her family members being disrespected. Number two, avoid speaking negatively. Okay, I've said number one, avoid speaking negatively about your spouse's family. And number two, I said number two now is set boundaries. You can achieve this by setting boundaries when needed. Do it respectfully. Set boundaries and do it respectfully. Respectfully. Remember, mark my word, respectfully. Number three, secret to having a strong marriage is spend quality time together with your spouse despite busy schedules. Both of you learn to spend quality times together despite your busy schedule. Learn to spend quality time together. It's very important. Learn it. The opportunity might not be there presenting itself, but learn to create time for both of yourselves. Remember, this is a challenge in most marriages today. Learn to balance your time. It's very necessary. I understand. Life can get very busy. So busy. You can get busy with work. You can get busy with kids. You can get busy with a whole lot of responsibilities. But the truth is this, making time for each other is very important. It's very crucial. Don't neglect this truth. Quality times, it takes quality time to strengthen emotional intimacy. Both of you have to make out time. Forget about working shift to shift, back to back. You are making money. It's good to make money, but hear this. After you have made money and then you are not in terms with your spouse, both of you don't have emotional intimacy. You see, you have made money for waste. You have made money for nothing. At the end, you see that money cannot save you. I understand responsibility of children. They're everywhere. Children distracting both of you, but make out time. Make out time. Number one thing you can do, practical advice, how to go about this, you can plan date nights. Even if it's at home. Plan yourselves. Children go to school. When they go to school, both of you, take time. Stay together. Plan yourselves how to come together and be together with each other. Number two, unplug. Learn when it's this time, unplug yourselves from technologies during this conversation. Both of you stay together. Talk about yourself. Talk about your life. Discuss a lot of issues. You see, by doing so, you are creating a kind of emotional intimacy without knowing. I know children can be distracting you, but hear this. Even though I know you need to still make out time for children because it won't be long. They are just in your house briefly today. It won't be long. They go their way. So the time you give them now, that is still what will make them to feel that intimacy when they have gone to their various husband places or their wife's places. But you have to balance it. Your wife, your husband needs their own time. Your children also need their own time. Time is very important. Learn how to plan it, apportion it properly. Number 4 key or tip to a successful marriage is faith and spirituality as a foundation. If you must build a strong marriage or relationship, faith and spirituality must be at the foundation. Remember, faith is of essence in marriage. Having a spiritual foundation, hear me, what we're talking about here is about having a spiritual foundation, and it can provide guidance. Having spiritual foundation can provide guidance, it can provide patience, it can provide strength during tough times. If at the foundation of your marriage or relationship, spirituality is not there at the base, there's going to be issues in no due time. Mark it, I said it. It is this spirituality that will guide both of you when there is tough time. That's when you acknowledge the presence of divinity. That's when you know that there is a higher power backing your marriage. That's when both of you learn how to be calm and trust God. This spirituality also helps couples stay united in purpose. It helps couples, no matter your religion, it has to be at the base of your marriage or relationship. It makes both of you stay together in purpose. Remember, don't forget, the same God who instituted marriage, he is spirit himself. And he that is spirit said, let us make man in our own image. Image of what? Spirit. And after our likeness. So if God who instituted marriage is the one that made man in his own image and his likeness, so that means to say, for you to thrive, for you to succeed, for you to excel in everything in life, including marriage, spirituality, which is the nature of your God, of your Father, of your Maker, must be at the base, at the foundation of it. What are the practical steps to take here? Number 1, learn to pray or meditate together regularly. Both of you, learn to stay together, come together. Part of the things you do when you come together, praying and studying God's word, learn to meditate together. Build up your spiritual life together. Very important. Number 2, both of you learn to attend faith-based events or services as a couple. Not the one you say, your wife, prepare and be going, I'll be at home. No, both of you. You know why? What they teach her there, you can also be a partaker of the same thing. What they teach him there, you also can also hear it at the same. Because if he comes back or she comes back and be telling you what they said in the meeting, the gathering, you will not understand it from it. If you go there both together, you will hear for yourselves and then you make amendments. Number 5 tip, which is the last one, handle disagreements. If you must build strong marriage or relationship, handle disagreements calmly and respectfully. Did you get it? Handle it respectfully. Acknowledge the fact that conflicts are normal. Conflicts are what? Normal. Disagreements are inevitable. Disagreements will always be there. But how you handle disagreements, how you handle challenges in your marriage is what determines the health of your marriage or your relationship. So learn to handle disagreements calmly. Learn to handle challenges respectfully. Acknowledge it that it will come. And when it comes, learn to sit down, both of you, and work towards it, how to get out of it. Learn to resolve issues amicably. And the goal here, the goal of resolution is not winning. Who will win? I win you, you win me. That should not be the goal here. That should not be the goal. The goal should be, how can both of us come together and resolve our issues? Now, practical ways, advice I give you how to come out of this is, number one, take a pause if emotions run high. When there are issues and you notice that emotions are building up high, take a pause, take a moment, stay calm. Don't run. That's not the time to start running your mouth like women. Please, that's not the time to start doing what? Running your mouth. Take a pause when it begins to run high. Number two, focus on the issue, not personal attacks. The target should be for peace and not for personal vendetta. You do me, I do you. Not the time to pay back. Not the time to say all the things that have been building up in your mind. We say, today, I've gotten the opportunity. I must say my mind. Many people that have spoken their minds today, they are no more in marriage. You see, you speak, the more you speak your mind, it's not everything that runs in your mind that you speak out. There are some things that are not meant for second ear to consume. There are things that are meant for your mind alone. While there are things that it's not even meant for anybody's mind. If it comes into your mind, you click it and delete it immediately out of your mind. Finally, remember, open communication. Number one, respect for families, for both others' families. Number two, quality time, spending quality time. Number three, and strong faith. Number four, and calm conflict resolution. These 5 keys are keys that can help you build a strong and long-lasting marriage or relationship. So tell me, which of these tips will you start implementing from today in your marriage, in your relationship? Let me know in the comment section. And don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe, and also to click the notification button for more good, better relationship insights. The Lord bless you. Remember, don't forget, your marriage is worth every effort you put into it. Together, you can create a bond that lasts, or that will last a lifetime. The Lord bless you for being with us today. Congratulations, because I know your marriage will work and it's already working. Peace of the Lord be with you.